Today, we have a very special guest with us today who's been an entrepreneur for over 24 years, who's been a mindset coach for over 12 years, and who's also been a member of our Unleashed CEOs coaching team as our mindset coach on the team for over a year now, and that is Tommy Walker. So to kick things off here, I'm going to let Tommy do a brief intro of himself and kind of his backstory in entrepreneurship, and then we're going to dive into the training today.
Well, thank you, Blake. Thank you, everybody, for listening over here. I'm glad to be here. As Blake was saying, I started being an entrepreneur 24 years ago. And guys, I want to let you know, I struggled for 13 years. So the idea with the work that I do in this program with Blake, what we're trying to do is to bring those numbers down. So the struggles are not as long as Blake struggled or I struggled in my entrepreneurship journey. So in 2009, I decided that I was done. I had a failed marriage. I had several failed businesses. I was struggling really bad. I had no money. I was doing very, very bad. And what happened is I met a woman that was a spiritual teacher and worked a lot on the mindset. And she started teaching me many things around how the mind works and what is holding me back. And it just blew my mind. When I started working with her, one of my business I was struggling now for 6 years, it just started going up and being able to scale it and scale it and scale it and grow and grow and grow. And it grew to really big proportions where in my country, it is a training facility that we started. It's now 17 years ago. So imagine for, I was saying, 10, 11 years, I struggled with that business. 6 years later, it grew to a place where we are one of the biggest training facilities in South America, to give you an idea of how everything changed. And it wasn't mostly on marketing and sales. It was a lot of mindset too in there. So that's why I met Blake in one of the programs we were signed up. We were talking. I really enjoyed his point of view about marketing, about sales, no pushing, no big scripts, 20 pages scripts, just to make people feel bad and want to buy from you. And many of the things that Blake brought to the table, I really resonated with. And when he offered me to be part of the program, I said, like, yeah, of course, I want to work with somebody that does this too. So that's how we met and we started working together. And it's been a pleasure helping the people in this program be able to get over the roadblocks that we're going to talk on this training, of course, to share with you guys, to be able to do it faster and to start scaling their business. Right, Blake?
100%. I think like before we get into kind of those roadblocks itself and talking more on that and how to break past it, everything that Tommy mentioned, number one, with his backstory and all that, I appreciate him breaking that down so you guys can hear a little bit about where he came from. But I think with what he mentioned in terms of our bond and how we connect to as coaches, I think that's a big thing that really stands out to me is the fact that we're not here to sugarcoat and say that everything was easy or that we came to success right away. We both went through periods of struggle for a good stretch of time. And we learned a lot of lessons along that way as well. And that's what we're here today is to share with you those lessons to help you shortcut that journey itself and really give yourself a position to, or a slate to grow your online business into the new year more efficiently overall. So with all that said, kind of what Tommy mentioned there at the end, let's talk a little bit more about what are some common obstacles that you see most online entrepreneurs within the high ticket space getting stuck at early on in their journey when working to grow that business and get things off the ground.
So as we've been speaking in the past weeks with, different programs we have been, seeing around there, is that there's a very wrong expectation around this, area. People think that they're going to get into a program and they're going to suddenly magically out of the blue, going to start making a lot of money very fast. And that's what, unfortunately, the media, social media, Facebook, and all these gurus out there are trying to push through so that people would buy, into very high tickets because they're going to make money very fast. And as you know, Blake, and I know, and we've seen it around, it doesn't happen. So when people come with those expectations, first of all, those high expectations, they get destroyed very fast when they see that they got to work hard and they got to overcome these challenges that are going to be thrown at them as they start growing. So most of the times what happens is they come in as an entrepreneur thinking that they're going to get their stuff out there. And it doesn't matter how long they've been doing it. They're going to get their stuff out there on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and people are going to just buy. And that is one of the biggest challenges we see over and over again with Blake. And we're taking care of that since the beginning to set the right expectations. If you go into with the wrong expectation into entrepreneur journey, guys, you're going to struggle. And I can tell you, I struggled for 13 years. And back then, when I started, even 24 years ago, there wasn't the social media we have today of make money fast schemes. They're not working, but most people believe in that, and they pay programs to get money fast. And when it doesn't happen, they get frustrated, they feel a failure, and they just quit. Hey, what's up? Oh, sorry, I thought there was a question there. So the problem is we got to set the right expectation. One of the biggest struggles that most people do is they get their stuff out a couple of weeks out there. They don't get the results they expect. That I don't know where they got that from other places. They don't feel good about themselves, and they just want to quit, and they start self-sabotaging. Isn't that right, Blake?
100%. We see this all the time. You see it in Facebook stories all the time too, especially now the numbers getting bigger and bigger and bigger in terms of the promises being made by programs and the outcomes that can be achieved in X amount of time. And I think for you guys, and even for me, before we even had this coaching program itself, it's easy to see that and think, oh, if I plug into that, then in 30 days, my life could be transformed. And I think a big thing that we're going to emphasize here in today's training is the fact that there's foundations that need to be in place first before the strategies and tactics can even work. And I think oftentimes we tend to get lost in just looking for that next strategy and tactic, trying to find that quick fix. And it's only leaving us kind of in the same spot, more discouraged, more upset, more frustrated.
Yep, exactly. And then we self-sabotage, we don't take actions, and then we don't understand what's going on. And as you see the numbers, guys, we see 80 to 90% of entrepreneurs or struggling or quitting. Either way, not even making 2 or 3K a month because they're struggling with these high expectations, not taking actions that they should, and they go from program to program. One of the questions we had in the program the other day with the people in there is that what a lot of people do is they go through one program, then another one, then another one, then another one, and they could spend 20, 30, $50,000. We've seen that people spending $50,000 and not getting results. But it's not only the program itself, guys. It's also the problem that the program is in your mind, you're thinking that in the first couple of weeks, you're going to start getting results fast. And that's a big lie, guys. That doesn't happen. It didn't happen to Blake. It didn't happen to me. And it doesn't happen to 80 to 90% of people out there. Look at Coca-Cola's story. Coca-Cola's story, they struggled for many, many years till they finally were able to find what the market wanted, and they offered what the market wanted. They changed their branding, and boom, Coca-Cola became Coca-Cola. But it didn't happen overnight. Either way, I don't drink Coca-Cola. I'm not saying that Coca-Cola is good to drink. I'm just saying, a story of a success that didn't happen overnight. And if you keep looking around, most people struggle, but they don't talk about that. They love sugarcoating everything so that you can pay the big bucks to them and they can get you results fast. The truth is they're not going to get it, and then they're going to blame you because of their own crappy program. So now you go to another program, and to another program, and to another program, and it's an endless, or you stay in the same program where you could pay a higher ticket program or a higher ticket something because whatever you're getting, it's not working. So you got to be very careful what you're doing. First of all, mindset, guys. If we don't put the correct mindset into place, and we're going to talk about that today, whatever strategies I can bring to you, Blake can bring to you, Mike, Heather, whoever in this program and other places bring to you, you're not going to be able to apply them. And that happens to most people too. When I got to get the word out there, and this is one of the we spoke about this, but I want to bring it back again. One of the biggest hurdles you're going to hit as you start getting your business growing is marketing, but not marketing itself. Marketing means people getting to know you. It doesn't matter if you have a product or service, it's people getting to know you, because in today's market, it's getting more and more competitive. People just buy the product. They buy the person normally online. It's not the same as a supermarket where you just see a product on the aisle and you just take the product and you test it, whatever. Right now, and if you're talking about high ticket, people want to know who you are. What's your life about? What are your values? That is what people are buying into, not your product, not your services. So it's very important that you got to share who you are. But to share who you are, deep down, you got to feel good enough. You got to feel deserving. You got to be open to being criticized, judged, because that's going to happen, guys. I have haters.
Be vulnerable.
Exactly. Thank you, Blake. Right? What do you want to add to that, Blake?
No, I think everything you said there was spot on. I actually a few of you guys that saw the YouTube video that I put out earlier this week, it was on that same topic where within high ticket, like we have to start switching our focus away from just selling the information and the result itself. Because number one, it's going to attract people that are just looking for those quick fixes like we just talked about. And number two, it's not going to feel in alignment with you. This is like what we're talking about here. We see this all the time where people are going out and making claims that they know they physically can't make, or they know they can't back up, but they're doing it just because they want to make more sales. They want to get more people reaching out to them. And then, although it may lead to some people reaching out, they don't know what to do from that point. And they're going to bed at night feeling like, man, what am I really doing here? And I think it only creates more and more misalignment the more that you go out of your own personal self and try to be someone that you're not, and just play on the information and the result itself.
Yep. I love that. I love that, guys. What Blake just said is pure gold, guys. If you're not aligned, your mindset is not going to allow you to bring that forward. And this is another thing that I want to tell to you guys. If you have a Facebook profile that says that you help people make five figures, 6 figures, and you're not making them, that is not aligned, and it's not going to happen, guys. Very few people, like a very low percentage, 5 to 10%. I don't know the exact numbers, but to give you an idea, guys, 5 to 10% can lie enough to make that work. The other 90% are struggling. I go over and over profiles because I love psychology. I love mindset and things like that. I go over and over profile people that reach out to me, wanted to sell something. And the way they approach me, the way they talk to me, the way they back up what they're saying, you spot on very fast that they're not even where they are, where they're saying they're going to get you.
They're trying to sell their position.
Exactly. I tell people in this program right now, this year, guys, I made around $70,000 this year. I'm getting closer to 6 figures, but I don't make a promise that I help people get to 6 figures because I still haven't gotten there. So I'm not promising anything. And it took me a whole year to get to 70. Last year, guys, I made $20,000 or $25,000, $30,000 last year. This is my second year online. I've been doing this for 12 years, but it's my second year online. So it took me a whole year of posting every day, guys, every single day, posting, getting to know the algorithm, figuring it out, and changing those old strategies that were engraved in my mind of, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to, manipulate people to get them to buy, and all that crap that people are telling you. I got into those programs and they were crap. I wasn't selling anything, as I'm saying, $20,000. When I started changing my strategies, and there a lot of what we're seeing in this program with Blake, I went from 20, 25, 30, I don't remember exactly right now the number, I went up to $70,000. And this month is not yet over, so I might reach maybe 75, 72, I'm not sure yet. So my growth was exponential when I aligned myself with what I knew was right. At the beginning, I had a script and I didn't feel comfortable, but that's the way I had to sell online. And I had a 10-page script, and it was crazy, guys. But that's how you're supposed to do it. No, you're not supposed to do it if it doesn't resonate with you. And that's the other thing that we want to bring here with you guys, with Blake and the team, to you guys. You're not supposed to do something if it doesn't resonate, because if it doesn't resonate, you're going to do it wrong. If you do it wrong, people are going to follow you. They're not going to resonate with you. They're not going to end up being clients of you. So stop trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. Fake it till you make it. That's old stuff. Yep. That doesn't work anymore. People spot on very fast that you're lying. So
I think the cool part is about that too, as well, as once you make that switch to feeling more aligned with yourself, feeling more confident, feeling more comfortable as a whole, you end up seeing the opposite happen. You get more results doing that and staying in your own lane and enjoying that journey itself than you do staying in a lane that's not you and being someone that you're not and acting like you're bigger than what you are. Exactly. So I think not only does it allow you to achieve results more efficiently, but it also allows you to actually have fun and enjoy the process, because you know you're in alignment with you. You know you're growing. You know you're going to get to where you want to go. And now you can just show up and focus on daily growth every single day.
Exactly. I love that, Blake. That's why we're working together. There you go. That's the idea, guys. The mind is going to shut down when you're not aligned. Most people, their mind is going to shut down. So now you struggle. You procrastinate. You feel overwhelmed. You feel stress. You show up 1 week, 2 weeks online on a social media stuff, and then you disappear for a week or two because you got burned out. How many have gone through that? You show up, you throw everything there, and then suddenly you're just exhausted, you're tired, you don't want to do it anymore, so you just retreat for a couple of days, a couple of hours, or even weeks, and you disappear from social media. And that impacts your business because you're not being yourself, guys. If you're not yourself, people are going to buy from you because they subconsciously read you. People don't realize this. But although they don't know what's going on, they are reading you subconsciously. So I know if Blake is lying. You know that gut feeling that you get, like, there's something weird here. I don't like this guy, or this doesn't resonate with me. That's what people get when you're not being yourself. And then you ask yourself, why am I not selling? You know, it's been a year, it's been 6 months, it's been months that you're not selling. You're talking to a lot of people and you're not selling. Come on, guys. Or you change something, or your business is just going to go bankrupt. You're going to go to crypto. You're going to go to somewhere else trying to make money fast. And it ain't going to happen either.
100%. It's a big thing we talk about all the time in here. And I think it comes down to two things. I think attachment to the sale and comparison to others, which we can go a little bit deeper into each. But oftentimes we don't realize it when we're in the sales process and we're trying to make a sale and we really want that sale to happen. And we're positioning ourselves as someone making 5K, 10K or larger than what we are itself without even realizing it. When we get on that call or when we have that messenger conversation, we're not being in alignment with us. We're saying things that don't align with us, and we're being pushy. We're being more salesy within the process, and that in turn is repelling the people that we really want to connect with itself.
Exactly. I love it. So guys, look at my process to have an idea. I give value, free value. From there, I talk to them on Messenger. I give them more free value. I get them on a free call, and I give them more free value. And in that call, as I have put together the way I manage that call, 75-80% of people on that call, they ask me about working with me without needing to sell anything. So that crap that you got to push people to make them buy, it's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. People telling you that because yes, it works for some people. It is. But what is the cost in your mind? You go to sleep, put your head on the pillow, thinking that, oh, I'm doing a disservice to somebody if I didn't sell them my program. That's a bunch of crap that big gurus out there are saying. You're not making them a disservice if you're not selling to them. That's crap. They might not 100%. Be ready. They might not have the money, and they got to ask for a credit or something to be able. No, wait. They might not be ready for whatever you're offering them. Let it sink in. Give them some time. If you got to push them to buy, there's something wrong there. Yeah, it 100%. Works. Yes,
I think the moment you show them that you don't need that now, or it doesn't need to happen now, is the moment they actually start to trust you even more. They're like, okay, this guy's actually being legit. He's someone that actually cares about me and my results. I will work with him. Maybe not now, but here very soon I will, rather than burning a bridge and pushing it on that day.
Exactly. People are realizing that, guys. Yeah, go ahead, Blake.
We kind of just emphasized two main points I think we can dive a little bit deeper on. So I wanted to ask you early on what you felt was the three main obstacles that you see most online entrepreneurs deal with. And if you had to peg those three things, would you say one being self-comparison, one being attachment to results or outcome?
Yep. So
any other main ones that you'd like?
Let's talk about these three in a second, and then we're going to go deeper with what you're just saying. Marketing, getting the word out there. So if it's not aligned with you, if it's not really you, you're going to struggle with getting the word out there, getting judged and criticized. The other one, right? So marketing. Sales has to do with rejection. If they don't buy from you, they don't have the money, if they don't resonate, whatever it is direct rejection. No, Blake, I don't want to work with you. Direct rejection, or indirect. Oh, you know what, right, Blake, right out, I don't have the money. Blake, give me some time to think. Those are indirect rejection, but they're still rejection. So in the mind, it hits hard. So now we go to comparison. The other person is making more sales than I am, and everything starts spinning downwards, and we start screwing up. And the third one, big one that we spoke about this some other times, Blake, is money. If I have limiting negative and false beliefs around money is bad, money is blah, blah, whatever. The other day, I was walking down the street with my dad, and my dad is very conservative. You know, he worked for Ford Motor Company for 35 years, was his first job and his last job. And the other day, he told me, like, oh, you know, this guy that has a lot of money and he's just screwing up people and blah, blah, blah. People that have money are bad. I'm like, hey, wait, Dad. Like right now, I'm one of those people that are making more and more money. And I told him, I know guys that are making a lot of money and they don't screw up people. So not everybody is like that. So my dad had programmed my mind in the past, and I already reprogrammed that people with money are bad. So whether we realize or not, we might have that in the back of our head. And I see that over and over again, that if you have money, you're selfish, you're a bad person, you don't care for others, you're screwing up people, you're corrupt, or whatever it is. So those are the three main ones. So then we can subcategorize a subcategory of, you know, feeling that comparison. I compare myself with Blake. Blake is making much more money than me. You know, I look up other coaches, mindset coaches are making much more money than me. But wait, where did I start on the online coaching? Am I pushing people to buy? Am I manipulating people? What am I doing to get the results that another person is doing? Because Blake, we know people in the marketing space that they're all about pushing, shoving people in the mud and then coming in and saying, hey, I'm your savior, and people spending 10K, 20K for a program that it's not worth it, but they're doing it. So yeah, they got.
I think the moment you're ever just pausing on that. I think if you're ever sold out of the lens of fear, then that's not someone that you should probably work with. To me, you should never sell someone on the fear of not getting to where they want to go or making them feel like they can't do what they want to do if they don't work with you.
There you go. I love it. Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. So if we work out of fear, marketing there's a lot of that in this new era of selling to people over the phone, high ticket, where you make them have so much fear that they want to run towards you to get whatever you got to offer. If you're doing that, it's because your service and your products are not good enough, guys. I'm going to call it as it is. If your product and service are so good, people are going to just go buy it. Like, let's put an example. iPhone. Do they need to use fear to get you to buy an iPhone? No. Apple. And a lot of people have Apple. And do they buy out of fear? No. They have an amazing product, amazing marketing, and people want that. That's what we got to reach, guys. People wanting to buy from you because you're good at what you're doing, not out of fear. And
what does Apple do more than anything else? I think put an emphasis on their brand and their values.
Exactly.
Yes, they roll out new products all the time, but the reason they are so successful with all their launches is because they have a tribe of people that they've taken the time to build that trust with, to now they want to keep coming back and buying more from them.
Exactly. You got it. I got right in front of me my MacBook Pro. I have my iPad. I have my iPhone. I got most of the products are Apple, and I'm okay with that. And is it out of fear? No, I love it. I really love their products. They're amazing. So that's what I want to position myself in the market, that I'm so good that people want to work with me. And that's what we share here, guys, in this program, how to become that trusting, authority.
Trusted advisor.
Trusted advisor. There you go. Thank you, Blake. Trust, advising, and also omnipresence, but in a good way. Aligned with values, with those core values. When you show your core values, people resonate with you. People are going to buy from you, but not using fear. Let's get rid of that crap. And yeah, less people might buy from you. I rather less people buy from me because I don't want those people from fear to come work with me. That's my point of view, guys. You can do whatever you want. But if your business is not growing, you got to change something, guys. And this is a big problem. The marketing out there is using fear, manipulation, pushing, managing objections in a negative way so you get people to buy from you. That is crap. Have something so good that people are going to just say, hey, Blake, tell me about your program. I want to work with you. And that's what we're looking in this program, guys, to offer something so good with amazing coaches in here so that you say, hey, I want to go work here, not by pushing you or manipulating you out of fear, out of you realizing the value that this program has to offer that is very different to most coaching programs out there. Right. You're going to find the same thing for you guys. Sorry, Blake.
May mess with this as well. Like at the end of the day, with everything that we're talking about today, although it may affect some of you in different ways depending on what you're feeling itself, we're not here to make you feel like you're less than us or to feel down itself. We're truly here to make you aware of what we see as a whole. And I think the whole purpose of what we're talking about here with mindset, to me, starts with awareness itself. And I think Tommy would second that as well. And if we can be aware of what's going on, then we can actually get the right pieces in place to start resolving it and aligning ourselves and showing up in the way that we know we really should show up within our business.
There you go. Exactly. The more we are aligned with the business, guys, the more we're going to flow with the business, the more we're going to take actions, the more we're going to be able to reach out more people get to know us, and possible clients in the future. But it takes time. You got to become their trusting advisor. If they don't even know you and you bring an amazing product and put it in front of their face, they're not going to buy, guys. They're not going to buy. So there's specific steps we got to go through to become the trusted advisor for them to say, hey, if I want to buy something, I'm going to go to Blake. If I'm looking for mindset, I'm going to go for Tommy, or whatever it is that you're doing, guys. That's what you got to reach out to people. That's what we got to get. We being honest, throwing at you guys what is our experience and telling you we struggled. And that doesn't mean that today we don't struggle either. It doesn't, we have everything figured out. Yeah, we have figured many things, but sometimes I go into different situations that make me grow. 2 years ago, I got scammed and I felt like shit. And I really want to throw everything away. And, I was working as a mindset coach for 10 years in my country. And I said, okay, I'm going to go online. I'm going to start working with people around the world. So I hired a company to help me, and they scanned me. And I went into a dark place. But instead of staying there, I said, I got to get out of here and start growing. And as I started learning what I had to learn from that situation, I started growing exponentially. And that's why my business also started growing with me. So challenges are going to happen always.
Sorry, I think early on, throughout my entire 3 to 4 years of struggle before achieving any success online last year, I would say that I was more operating out of the mode of looking for that next thing to bring me to some sort of success online to allow me to escape the job. And I was not focused at all on just becoming that trusted advisor, putting out content, showing up, building connections with people. I wasn't focused on that early on. I was looking forward, basically trying to do as many things as I possibly could to put myself in a position to get results and grow my business and escape my job. And I think it wasn't until last year when I started to go into that big investment that I made, that first investment, and really go into it saying, you know what, whatever happens here, so be it. I'm going to go into this going 150% in and knowing that I can't be expecting any sort of result to come from it. And if I do that, the results will come naturally.
There you go. You see, guys, what Blake just said? He was focused on making money to quit his job. He was at the beginning, he said it, so I'm going to back it up. It happened to me too. I was focused on myself. Blake was focused on him. He wasn't focused on helping people at the beginning, although he wanted to help people, don't get me wrong, because he's a great guy. But at the beginning, it was more about quitting his job. And I was there too. When you do it about yourself, guys, people realize that. They don't want to buy from you. You're not their trusted advisor. They sense that. That's why Blake struggled, and that's why I struggled too. When I started realizing I was more into me than really putting the person in front of me first, as giving them value, helping them, really helping them, not manipulating, not trying to make them to buy. When I did that switch too, as just Blake said, that's when my business started growing exponentially, guys. When I really was out there giving value and putting the person in front of me first, not having that hidden agenda. I want to make a sale. I want to make a sale. I want to make a sale. That's desperation, and the people sense that. So 100%. It happened to Blake. It happened to me too. We fall into that sometimes. It's part of the process. It's mindset. But if we put the person in front of us first, giving value and not caring about the sale, people are going to start buying from you because you fall into that category. You're a trusting advisor. You gave them advice, value, without asking anything in return. That is not something common nowadays because everybody wants to make a sale. Right?
I think that's one question that everybody here watching right now could ask themselves, and work to be as honest as you can with this. But ask yourself, am I showing up in my business being that trusted advisor, or am I showing up just focused on myself and what I want to achieve? Yep. Be as honest as you can with your answer. You don't have to share it here, but share it within your head or write it out on paper.
Yep, guys, and it's something to have in check all the time. Because you can fall back to that. You can make 10K, you can make 15K, you can make 20K, and then go back to, I want to make more money. How can I make more money? And you fall back into, yourself. When you fall back into yourself, unfortunately, sales are going to stick there or going to go down again. So remember, it's always about the other person, because if the other person doesn't know you, you need to build that trust. So we got to work on those things. So how is the mindset going to get in the way of those things? As we said, comparing yourself with others. You cannot compare yourself with others because Blake has his own journey. Tommy has his own journey, and whatever other person out there has their own journey. You don't know what Blake went through. You don't know what I went through. So you cannot compare yourself and say, oh, I'm making 100K, so I'm better than Tommy, but I'm a bit less than Blake because he's making X more than me. No, it's how you were a year before, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Compare yourself, with your old self. That's the only comparison that works. So I got to go back 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 months ago. Everything changed. That is good. I'm growing. I'm evolving. But if I compare myself with another person, I'm going to bring myself down for sure, because normally what the mind does is you compare yourself with people that are above you, not below you. So if they're
Who here has dealt with that before? Who here watching now has dealt with scrolling through Facebook, seeing somebody else get a big result and you feeling like, man, why can't I have that? Or why didn't I get that? Let us know in the comments in the live who here has dealt with that, or have you dealt with any feeling of just kind of comparison itself? I know we all have, myself included.
Yeah, it is a normal thing, guys. But when we fall into that comparison, it screws up our business because we're telling ourselves subconsciously, I'm not good enough. If I'm saying I'm not good enough, my actions are going to be aligned with I'm not good enough. If my actions are aligned with I'm not good enough, my business is not good enough. I'm not good enough to get clients. I'm not good enough to deserve making money. And that's when everything starts falling out, and your mind goes into shutdown mode and you stop taking actions.
I had an interesting encounter with this too. I read in the same topic today. I had somebody reach out to me. And I think this just shows how mindset is much like business, and the fact that every stepping stone of your journey, like there's going to be a new roadblock that you have to deal with, that you have to break past. And we just talked about self-comparison, how that, especially early on when you haven't made as many sales as you want yet, it's really easy for self-comparison to set in. But then once you get past that and you start to get results come in, I had a question today that said, I'm running my coaching program, but why is my coaching program not getting results like the other programs out there? So now that's the next step, where you have your own thing, your own program, and that's basically the same thing. You're looking at it through just the lens of, why are my clients not getting results, rather than just focusing on serving them.
Exactly. And you know what? Again, when you're comparing yourself to something that might not be even real, because as we know, Blake, how many people, they post 1 or 2 testimonials of how great their clients are doing, but they have maybe 20 clients and all the other 18 are struggling. So it's very easy to lose yourself in a comparison that it's not well to compare. Because this person that you were just saying, he has a coaching program and his clients are not getting the result as other person. How many people does he have in that program? How many people are not getting result in that program? So you cannot compare yourself with somebody else, guys. That is the big mess up that the mind does. Compare apples with oranges. I know it sounds stupid, but you cannot compare them. It's like comparing an elephant with a fish. How fast can an elephant and a fish, swim? The fish is going to destroy the elephant. But if we talk about running on earth, the fish is going to eat. So there's no comparison.
Yeah.
The only
that's exactly what I said to that person too, because they had just went from growing exponentially themselves to then going into coaching. And now it's a completely new learning experience of being able to actually teach people and help them get results. And I think just like with our program here, when we first started the program last year, it wasn't nearly where it was today, because it takes time to develop, see where you can help your clients more, see what needs to be removed, what needs to be added in, and ultimately just come down to a refined process itself. It takes time, just like with business.
Exactly. There you go. So you cannot compare yourself. You got to understand that, guys. You cannot compare with anyone. And again, what are you comparing with? A picture on the internet that somebody could have, done it on Photoshop, or, post something that they're making X amount of money. I've seen people lie about how much money they make. They put a post with a picture of PayPal, and it's not true, because then you talk to them. I've seen them around and I know they're not making any money. I have been reached out from people that in their profile says, hey, I teach you how to make 10K a month. And when they filled out the form to ask me about, some advice, whatever, where I do the guidance call, they had written down in the guidance call that they have made 2K a month. So they're telling people that are making 10K, this month was the best month for me. I made 12K. And 2 weeks ago, they wrote to me saying that they want to work with me and they were making 1K or 2K. So it's like, what are you comparing yourself to? Yeah. Something that is not even true. So it's very difficult, guys.
Just catching up. I'm just reading one of the comments here. So somebody said, okay. I'm going to hide it and show it here. I believe online business should be recommended only as a plan B initially, because realistically, if you need to make money regularly, you can't avoid the feeling of wanting to make a sale.
Yeah. Nice. That's true.
And I think that goes as a side either way.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It could online business could be plan A, and running a local business could be plan. Either way, whenever you're running a business itself, you have to work to not go into that mode of just being connected to the sale. So whether it's online or offline, I don't think it really makes a huge difference either way. I think it can come up in both instances.
Yeah. When I started my business, that it was, offline, it took a while to again grow. It took a while, guys. So whatever business, online, offline, you're starting, it has a growth curve. I, as a 24 years of entrepreneur, starting several businesses, there's always a curve. It takes time. So if you want to make money, to live a good life through any type of business, it ain't going to happen from the beginning. Very few hit it from the starting point and start making a lot of money from the beginning. Very few are. But they don't. The programs don't show you those few. Sorry, they show you those few. They don't show you the rest. That's what they're saying. In 3 months, you can make 6 figures, 7 figures. Like a guy reached out to me the other day saying that if I work with him, he could make me make $500,000 next year. And when I looked at his website, his stuff, his content and everything, it didn't seem that he wasn't making $500,000. So I wrote back to him and said, this is a bunch of, I was straight at him because he reached out to me. Said, this is a bunch of crap. Your website, your links, your stuff doesn't see like a guy that's making $500,000. So you know what? I'm not interested. You're reaching out to me. You're trying to sell me something, because he went straight to a kill to try to sell me something. I said, this is not an approach of somebody that's making so much money. You have no idea what you're doing. And I just blocked him and went away. There's too many people doing that, guys. And people are realizing that. So be honest, be truthful. Like the other day, we had a call with the team here, with the guys in this program with Blake, and we were telling them, guys, you got to tell people that you're learning. If you're starting, look at this, a small tweak to talk to more people. Hey, Becca, I see that, I don't know, Blau, you're starting a conversation with somebody. Hey, Becca, I got a question for you. I'm in a course when they're teaching me some organic marketing stuff, affiliate marketing. Do you know what affiliate marketing is? Maybe she says yes, no, whatever. It's like, I have some tools I want to share with you so you can practice them, because I need to practice them. Would you be open to have a conversation with me where I can share some knowledge that I'm learning in this program so I can see the results you get, and that's going to benefit me too? So I do it for free. How many people are going to say no to you if you do it that way? You're going to get tons of calls. Exactly. But you're being honest. You're not saying, hey, Becca, can I teach you how to make 6 figures? Can I teach you how to start making $1,000 weeks, $1,000 days? No, you're being 100% honest. Hey, can I share with you some knowledge that I paid for X amount of money to be here, and I want to share with you so you can practice it and see the results you get, if you get any? Would that be okay? People are going to just line up to talk to you. That's how you start practicing, guys. So there's many tweaks. That
it feels good too.
Yeah, it feels good. Exactly. Yeah. It feels great. People want to do that.
Because you're impacting them. Yeah.
Yep. So with small tweaks, guys, suddenly it's like, whoa, you can start getting results. And it doesn't mean results being money. Results talking to people. Results getting testimonials. Result means becoming a trusting advisor. After that, people are going to want to throw money at you to know more, to get to know more about what you're doing, or even sign up, if you're in affiliate marketing, sign up to a program where they're going to make more money themselves. But that's how you earn trust, being yourself. We're not lying here. So watch out what you're doing, guys. And that, again, ties up to mindset. If you pretend to be somebody else, you're going to struggle like 90% of the people out there.
Tommy, what would you say are some key things like around these topic of areas of kind of falling into that imposter or going into modes that aren't in alignment with you? What are some key things for the audience today to be aware of to start getting this in place? Like how can they be more mindful of what's going on in their business to observe that and make sure that they're identifying it and getting past it?
So the first stupid question, and we all know, I know Blake knows this, but it is, guys, how many people are you talking to and how many sales are you making? That is a great indicator of what are you doing wrong. If you're not talking to many people, if you're not getting on calls with people, you're not going to make any sales. If you're getting on calls on people, what is the call about? Is it about just giving value, helping, and that's it, and nothing happens afterwards? Okay, maybe there needs some tweaking there to understand how to build a little bit faster the trust thing. So the person might be saying, okay, do you have anything that I can start with? Maybe a low ticket to start to know you, $100, $200, something like that, and then scale it a bit more, try to find different things. But one of the biggest, guys, that we see is the imposter syndrome. People don't think that they have something to offer. So if they don't feel they have something to offer, why are people going to listen to me? If you feel that is the imposter syndrome. And that is one of the biggest. So if you're not reaching out to people, if you're not making posts, if you're not engaged, you're not talking to people, you're not making sales, there might be something there. Exactly. You're not, at the end of the day, guys, and we talk about this with Blake a lot and with the team, is, are you making offers? If you're not making offers, you got to see where in the different steps that you got to take is the imposter syndrome or anything else that's getting in the way of you doing what you need to do to get more offers out there. Right, Blake?
100%. I know that, like, I brought this up in here before. We challenged to you guys in the group to put out an offer a day. But I think even if somebody go out and put an offer a day itself, when you're going out and putting out those offers, you have to be aware of, am I fighting myself to put out this offer? If you are, then maybe it's imposter syndrome. Or maybe you're being overly confident with the offer and making these big claims and trying to sell them on the result itself. these are all things that we want to look back in our conversations and what we're doing day to day in our business to ask ourselves, how are we showing up?
Exactly. There you go. I love that. So there's steps we got to go through to be able to get to that offer, because if you just throw offers out there, but you didn't, create a tribe, you didn't create authority, you didn't create anything, people are not going to react to that offer. They're going to just look at it and move away. So there's different things that we got to put together. So then we got to see, okay, am I posting? No, I'm not posting. I'm not doing lives. What is wrong with doing lives? What is bothering me? Oh, I don't want to be in front of camera. That has to do with mindset. So if I'm not posting, I'm not doing lives. Again, people need to know you. Not your services, your product, you first. Once they know you and they start trusting you that you're a good person, that, maybe in my case, I'm a family guy. I post a lot about my family. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not a good guy to my family because I want everybody to see me like that. First, I try to be a good husband. I try to be a good father of my kids. And then I post stuff of the different things that we do together. I show some, lifestyle or posts, so that people say, oh, look at Tommy. Look, he's spending time with his kids. I have taught them how to ski, taught them how to ride a bike, taught them how to swim. Now we're starting to play tennis. So I do these things with my kids because I love to do those things. And on top of that, I share out there so people get to know who I am. So, oh, this is a family guy. A family guy resonates with somebody that's honest. So if you look at those small things, I'm being myself. Don't get me wrong, guys, but I'm using that in my favor too, being myself. And that's when I start building more and more trust. That's what you got to do, guys. Post, lives, engage, give value, let go of the sale. The sale is going to come if you create the steps before the sale. In my case, as I was saying, 75 to 80% of people that talk to me over the phone, they ask about my work. They sell themselves into working with me. Yeah. That is a good way to set all these steps together. And these are the things that we teach in this program to help you get that faster and not spend days talking to the same person till you can get them on a call to then be able to make an offer. Because imagine if you'd spend days with each person, how long would it take for you to make 5, 10K or whatever? The idea to speed that up so it makes it faster. And that's why, again, mindset is an important thing. And we have different people in different areas where we work on those different things. But if we don't put the mindset first and then the marketing, the sales and all those steps, things are going to just fall apart, guys.
Hopefully you guys can see it too as well here. Like with bringing Tommy in today, this is a big reason I brought him on team right away when we started the program last year, because to me, this is an area that people, I feel like, try to cover up and say, okay, you can just hide this with the tactics, with the strategies. But to me, it's the foundation of everything. Without having this in alignment, everything else becomes more difficult. But when you have this in alignment, things become fun, things become enjoyable, and you grow naturally. And it makes the process much more of an actual business and less of just operating out of scarcity, trying to get a result every single day. So one more thing, Blake, I want to bring here. Do you mind if we share these 3 questions that we teach in the program that are the, golden nugget that we have here for everyone? Do you mind if I share that to help them start identify them, what's going on? Here, guys, as you see, we're giving value here. Yes, we're talking about different things, but we're giving value. We want you to go, back to your business with different things that you can start working on. And this is a big value bomb we're going to throw up here to you guys. The 3 questions that we have, even a training in the program so people can go deeper on what are the things that's holding you back. You're not posting. So ask yourself, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? And how does this make me feel about myself? Those 3 questions, although they seem very basic right now, guys, as you start connecting with yourself, you can start connecting with your subconscious mind, with your belief system. What is bothering you for posting could be the fear of getting rejected, fear of being judged, fear of being criticized, fear of being a failure, fear of whatever. So the idea is that you can identify at a deep level what is holding you back. Because when you can identify that, you can start changing, reprogramming. And that's what we call this interview, reprogramming your mind to unleash your best self. Use these 3 questions. How do I feel? Why do I feel this? How does it make me feel about myself? If I get judged, if I get criticized, I don't like it because it makes me feel bad. Why does it make me feel bad? Because I feel like I'm a failure. So that is how it makes me feel about myself. How it makes me feel about myself is the false belief I have in my subconscious mind.
It doesn't matter the event on the outside. It matters how I process that event in my mind. So if I'm feeling that I might be a failure because I'm not making sales, that's the problem. I feel like a failure, and not making sales bring that to the surface. I already have that belief inside of me. So I need to start working on changing those beliefs.
Those
Again,
3 questions will truly change your life if you let them.
yes, thank you, Blake. Add to
Truly.
that because you
Don't
using
overlook
them
them.
too.
Very powerful question. I think the biggest thing is that you have to be honest with yourself when you're answering them, though. You can't tell yourself something that you want to hear. You have to truly be honest with yourself when you're answering those 3 questions.
And let the answer come up. Don't make up the answer, because that's you're screwing yourself up. You're self-sabotaging. A lot of people do that too, Blake, right?
Yep. 100%. I think that's those 3 questions are everything that we talked about today. This is the easiest way to start implementing it. Whatever you're feeling, everybody's gonna have a different feeling, whether it be imposter syndrome, whether it feel like you're comparing yourself to others and results, or whatever it is, whatever that feeling is itself, ask those 3 questions around it and work to get to the bottom of it itself, and see, are you being in alignment with you? How is it making you feel itself? And you'll be able to have more clarity on what you can do to break past it.
Exactly.
Just
So
catching up
guys,
with the comment.
yeah, I know. I'm
Comments
looking at
here.
that too. So guys, I gotta get going. I told Blake that I have another call right now. It's on 2 minutes. So
Man, it's already 3 o'clock. Time goes
yeah,
by
it
quick.
went flying.
For
Yeah,
the-
we're gonna do this again, guys. Don't worry about that. We're gonna arrange more of these, of course. We'll figure that out with Blake. The idea is to give you value and to be able to help you guys. The entrepreneur journey, it's not an easy one. Although most people make it look as an easy one, it's not. And I can tell you from a 24-year guy, that's 24 years in the entrepreneur journey, and Blake with several years on top of him, failing, getting rejections, not getting the things going, to where he is right now as a marketing coach, as I as a mindset coach. A lot of people told me there's no way you're going to be able to reach 6 figures. There's no way you're going to make more than $50,000 a year. Look where I'm at. And I'm just starting, guys. I'm just starting 2 years into this. I know I have much more to go for now, but I'm okay where I'm at. Yeah, I could be making more money, blah, 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 whatever you want to know. I'm okay where I'm at. It's being okay where you are and learning from it. That's what
Enjoying
gets
the
you to the
process.
next level.
Amen to that. On that note, again, let's show some love to Tommy for taking some time today and joining us. So if you guys got value from today's training with Tommy, drop a hashtag value below and let us know. And for those of you that want to learn more about working with myself, with Tommy and our whole team at a higher level and supporting you and growing your business, there'll be a link above the video for you to apply for a call with us. We can chat about putting together a plan for you.
Exactly. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to tell this one to just wait for me a couple of minutes. Give me, so I can finish here, wrap it up, right? Give me a couple of minutes, please. There you go. So guys, if you have any questions, quick question or something you want to say here, but if not, we're going to get going. But I hope you really enjoy this. We threw at you a lot. I would really recommend you go back and listen to this, because it takes time to fall into the mind, really get the concept that we spoke about. Okay. Because again, as Blake said, as I mentioned to you guys, if we don't identify what's stopping us, it doesn't matter marketing or sales what you're doing, you're just going to screw up your business. If you're not aligned with what you're doing, if you're not really doing what you're promising others that they're going to do with working with you, forget about it. So if you have those big promises out there, start changing your profile. Nobody's going to say anything. If you change your profile into, learn how to make money instead of making 10K a month when you're not doing it, nobody's going to say anything, guys. If somebody says anything, you just ignore it. But normally when you change your profile picture, not many people do any comments. But don't keep having those bold promises when you're not even doing it. And with Blake, we've seen it. People that go through this program, that they don't change their mindset on that, and they don't change their profile picture, and they think that, oh, I'm going to still do it. What happened, Blake? With several people that went through this program with that mentality, not open for coaching. They're in exactly the same spot, guys. So it doesn't matter where you sign up. If you don't change your mindset, if you don't open up for coaching and mindset, it doesn't matter what you do, what information you get from anybody, it's not going to work. So don't follow that path, guys. We've seen it over and over with Blake, and it really hurts because we know that people that have potential, but they're lying. And as they're lying to themselves, they're lying to others, and they're not making the business grow. And it's not going to happen, guys. Stop lying to yourself, stop lying to others, and be yourself. It might take a bit longer, yes. But what about taking a bit longer, but doing it? than rather be the 90% that quit and start another business or go to crypto or go back to 9 to 5 because they cannot figure it out. I'd rather take it longer. And that's what happened to me. It took longer. Yes, my other business, it took me several years to get it going, where to a very high level, but it was there. In this case, with my coaching business that I started internationally, it just took me 2 years to be where I'm at, but I still have more to go. So be yourself, be honest. And I guarantee, guys, that things are going to start changing because people are going to really love when they get to know you and not the person you're trying to pretend to be.
Amen. Can't compare your day 1 to somebody else's day 100.
Yep, exactly. So Blake, thank you very much. I really enjoy this. I would stay here around for longer, but I got another call. I don't want to let my other person
Appreciate you, Tommy. We'll let you get to your call. Thanks again for everybody that joined today and we're watching. That link will be above the video, and hopefully each and every one of you got some value that you can take away and start implementing going into the new year today.
Thank you very much, Blake.
We'll close out.
Thank you, guys. See ya. Gotta go. Sorry.